My name is Morgan. My major is speech-language pathology, and I'm going to be talking about the Islamic culture and the misconceptions people have about it. I chose this topic because under the current presidency, misconceptions about Islam are growing as compared to before. I think it is important to educate people about the religion before judgments are made. When people hear Islam, some things that could come to mind are 9/11, terrorism, Al-Qaeda, ISIS, Quran, beheadings, and Muslims. What Islam really means is submission and is derived from a word meaning peace. Since that fatal day on September 11, 2001, people are scared and have negative feelings towards the Muslims and the Islamic religion. People should learn the true meaning of the religion before they judge other cultures. Education can bring awareness and calm people's fears and misconceptions. Islam is the second biggest religion in the world today after Christianity. It is the fastest growing religion and is predicted to grow twice as fast as the world population from 2010 to 2050 and eventually surpass Christians as the world's largest religion. Islam was formed in 622 CE in the Arabian Peninsula. It is a religion founded by Muhammad, whose members worship one supreme God, Allah, and preaches peace and harmony. Followers are known as Muslim. Muslims believe that Allah is all-powerful, all-knowing, and without any children or family. The 5 pillars of faith are the testimony of God, praying 5 times a day, almsgiving, fasting during Ramadan, and pilgrimage to Mecca, if able to financially. The Quran is the holy book of the Islamic faith, and the scriptures are given from the angel Gabriel to Muhammad. In Allah's eyes, everyone is equal, so there is no need for priests. Muslims believe in the last day of earth when it all ends. Then the souls will be brought back for judgment by God in order for their souls to spend eternity in paradise or hellfire, depending on their sins. The Islamic goals are not to make violence or war, but to remain at peace with other religions. Everywhere in the world, there are people that practice the Islamic religion. There are different degrees of religious practices depending on what part of the world they are in. But Muslims still stand united in their belief of Allah and the Prophet Muhammad. Muslims also stand united to the teachings of the Quran, practices of fasting during Ramadan, God's angels, Judgment Day, God's will or Inshallah, and the helping of people in need called almsgiving or zakat. The areas that differ from region to region and person to person are the levels of commitment and the acceptance to various interpretation of their faith and their actions. At current, the country of Indonesia has the most amount of Islamic followers. Overall, religion is very important in their lives. However, it is a little less important in countries that were recently emerged from communism. The world's largest religion is Christianity, and the Islamic religion not too far behind. Christianity, Judaism, and Islam all believe in one God. Besides the belief of one God, all 3 religions have similar but different beliefs. All 3 religions have a holy book of lessons, scriptures, and teachings. Judaism and Islam believe that God has a prophet that spread the messages of God. Christianity believes in the Holy Trinity, and Judaism believes in Jehovah. All 3 religions view Jesus Christ differently. Christians believe he was the Son of God or the second person of the Holy Trinity. He was born to the Virgin Mary and crucified for our sins, buried, and rose on the 3rd day and ascended into heaven. Islam believed Jesus was the prophet sent by Allah. They also believe he was born to the Virgin Mary, but was not divine. He was crucified and brought to heaven by Allah. Judaism believes Jesus was not the Messiah, but rather he was crucified because he claimed to be divine. Each religion has its own set of rituals. Christians have baptism and Holy Communion. Islam practices the 5 pillars. Jewish rituals include circumcisions to their infant males and a bar mitzvah for boys coming of age. Christians believe people are sinners and that we inherit that nature from our ancestors Adam. Islam believes that people are born free from sin, but people have weaknesses that lead to sin. Christianity people will have their salvation if they have faith in Jesus. Islamic faith believes people attain salvation by good works and righteousness, and the good outweighs their sins. In Judaism, salvation is achieved by good works, prayer, and the grace of God. When it comes to hell, all three religions agree it's a place of punishment. Christians believe if sent to hell, they cannot cross over. Islam believes people may not spend eternity there. Judaism believes sinners may be punished temporarily, but they do not emphasize the afterlife. In the end, the Islamic religion has certain beliefs like any other religion does. Sometimes people are just too quick to judge and view their beliefs as bad, but do not take the time to understand them. Throughout the years, the misconceptions and thoughts regarding those who practice Islam have changed drastically. Many people have taken a turn to the worst and believe that those who wear a hijab are detrimental to our society. However, these lies have taken our society downhill for the worst. There are many misconceptions that the public believes are the truth. First, countless people believe that women and children have no say in their lives. This is clearly a mistake due to the countless women and children who are following their dreams and goals in life. For example, currently many young women are going to college to earn their degrees in what they want to learn, instead of their parents or Muslim society wants. Today, women are the twin halves of men, and children have their rights to be properly raised and educated. One of the most influential misconceptions is regarding terrorism and the protection against our country. Since September 11, 2001, the security measures against our country have increased dramatically. We are paranoid as a society to protect against the members of it who look different. Clearly, this is a wrongdoing against our morals and the standard of what our country is founded on. We immediately look at those who are different looking, practice different religions, or believe in different morals as bad and negative on the society. We need to take a stand and fight against the negative attitudes reflected against those who share the same nation's standards. The word jihad is a controversial word for many people. Jihad is often translated to mean holy war, but its literal meaning is exerted effort. This concept means a struggle with self-improvement, but some Muslims interpret the meaning to struggles with external enemies. Early Muslims were driven off their land by their enemies, and God gave them the permission and ordered them to fight those enemies. They were not given permission to fight non-believers or people who rejected their faith. Extremists form their own interpretation and use extreme and violent measures to be heard. Nowhere in the Quran does it condone or promote the killing of innocent people. The month-long daytime fasting called Ramadan is a required tradition in all healthy adult Muslims. It is done annually, and it gives Muslims a renewed sense of religion to the teachings of the Quran. The majority of the countries follow this tradition. These countries include Southeast Asia, South Asia, Sub-Saharan Africa, Middle East, and North Africa, and in Southern, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia, they have more than half of Muslims perform this tradition. Majority of the percent of the people in this population also practice almsgiving or zakat. Almsgiving is approximately equal to 2.5 of the individual's net worth. Central Asia and Southern and Eastern Europe have the lower rankings of Muslims who practice religious beliefs and commitment. However, in the end, the overprotectiveness against our country has been beneficial as well. Since the protection has increased, our society has become safer as a whole. What we as members of the country need to change is who we are fearful of. People fear what they don't know. Instead of projecting our fears on those who are different, we need to change the outlook to everyone relative in this country. If we are able to take the blame off a certain group of people and onto the whole, we will be able to benefit the protection of our country. Thank you for your time. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.